Welcome back. I'm going to introduce you to Debbie Gillis. She is a director of credit counseling with Resolve Counselling Services of Canada, navigating life, helping you navigate through life, and talking specifically about financial arrangements with couples that are co-mingling, both couples with money coming in and how they deal with it in terms of sharing that responsibility. And sometimes it can be difficult.
Right. I think when couples are starting to form a partnership, money is something that needs to be discussed. In the first 6 months of dating, whether you're a new couple by age or whether you're a new couple coming out of a relationship and you're in your 40s or 50s, it's something that needs to be addressed. There will be signs during the first 6 months, how someone handles picking up the check. Are they extravagant dates all the time, or are there, more simple dates in there? And during the dinner conversation, does the topic of past relationships and how money factored into that relationship come up? So I think there's, in the first 6 months, there'll be some clues that really you can pick up on. After that, just really be aware of your own self and what you're bringing into it. Do you have assets? Do you have issues from past relationships that maybe have some trust around it? And just know, are you an independent person or do you like to be taken care of? Be honest with yourself and then ask questions of the other person and get to know what their sense of money. Yeah, communicate.
Be
That's
open.
Really important.
Be open for that
It
communication.
really is. And be honest with yourself, so you're communicating really what you're feeling and not what you think they want to hear.
Is the financial situation, money, a primary cause with a lot of couples breakdowns?
Probably one of the number one.
One of the number ones.
And if it's not the number one issue in the family, there will be a financial fallout from that. How do you separate the debts? How do you have two households, that you're now trying to take care of? So it will factor into it always.
And I guess it ranges from who's going to pay the credit card bills all the way into owning a mortgage, owning a house.
Yeah. So I think if you can have a conversation at a neutral time, again, when there's no money problem at hand, that's a really good, healthy time to have a discussion about future goals, what they look like, what the timeline is. Are you on the same page if you're going to buy a house, what that's going to look like? Set some plans in place to be successful with that.
And have a follow-up.
And have a follow-up
Yeah.
and check in with each other, every 6 months, say, how are we doing? While having that shared goal, it's still very important to have your own money that you have that's discretionary. You don't have to account for every cent. So have a little bit of that for each other and give them some privacy around that.
Well, you have some advice for new couples who are looking to co-mingle and combine their financial situations together. And we'll talk us through some tips right here. These are financial responsibilities for first-timers almost. And you suggest making a joint account for something non-essential that you can sort of put to the test as working towards a common financial goal.
Right. If you're not sure,
a non-essential joint account.
Right, test it. Set a goal for a vacation or for something that you want to have in the household, and then test that out. See if each of you are contributing the way you had planned, and if it's not working out, what could be tweaked to make it more successful.
And also make a contract that outlines the expectations and responsibilities of each person,
right,
so that they know the roles.
Right, it sounds formal, but that can be just a verbal agreement.
Okay.
That they say, you know what, we're really going to consciously try to do this, and agree to that and stick to your half of it and make sure that you can make that as successful as possible.
And lastly, you state avoid co-signing loans where you are responsible for paying the outstanding balance if your partner does not. It's almost offsetting the responsibilities and a fairness approach.
It is a fairness. I think one common question or issue that I see with couples is if they're uncoupling and they have a separation agreement. Often in the separation agreement, one person will take responsibility for, let's say, for example, a line of credit. And that may be the understanding under the separation agreement, but the contract with the lender still has both people responsible for it. That
Right.
separation agreement won't override that. So be very mindful that even if you agree to something when you're separating, that will play out in life, because the contract with the lender will still be in place. It won't override that one.
Great advice. Debbie Gillis, we thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, if you have any questions for Debbie or her team, here's how.
Navigating Life is brought to you by Resolve Counseling, overcoming challenges together.